Happy Rodgers Day, everybody. We finally got our quarterback. It's a happy, happy day to be a Jets fan, man. Really, really exciting day. First and foremost, I never properly introduced myself when I started making videos. My name is Bobby. This is Green and White Militia. I really got into the Twitter sphere and YouTube sphere last summer, and I started seeing all these content creators, and I noticed how many people are in all of these other shows, in their live chats and everything, and I wanted to be a part of it. Mainly because it's almost like therapy for us. We're always getting beaten down for 12 months a year, and I noticed the camaraderie, and it was like one big army of Jets fans wearing green and white, who are always there to pick the other one up, or if somebody starts something with us, you got the whole entire fan base coming down on you. I love it. It made me feel like that this is just, we're all here to see the same thing, and now we got it. So I created this channel, Green and White Militia. But my actual name is Bobby. So, nice to meet you guys. I'm hoping that this thing will take off, just so, doing a video like this is kind of difficult, just talking to yourself out loud, you know? I mean, I'm crazy enough, I don't need the extra help. I'm really looking forward to doing live chats and stuff, just so I can have that feedback from other people to help move the dialogue, you know? But I want to get into today, a little bit of yesterday. So, quick news for tonight, man. Ty Johnson was released, and it's a non-football related incident. I don't know what's going on. There hasn't been anything released as far as press releases, but I'm not too upset about it. Ty, he had flashes, but he was kind of just there to take carries, you know? A lot of drops. He's more of a practice squad guy for us, I feel like. If we're going to bring him back, it's going to be on the practice squad. But the coaching staff really liked him a lot, it seemed like. So, you know, maybe we'll see him back. But if we don't, oh well. Secondly, this is big in my opinion. JFM is restructured. He freed up $3.5 million in cap by moving $4 million into a signing bonus. So there's something else going on here. Something bigger than just Rodgers is coming, I think. You know, and then the surprising news is McGovern only signed for $1.9 million and $1.25 guaranteed. Huge surprise. He's 15th, 16th ranked. I really expected a $5 million contract, but he made $9 million last year, so he took a big pay cut to come back. Which makes me think that somebody else is going to take a big pay cut. We'll get to that too. But the big news for today is obviously Aaron Rodgers. We got our quarterback. It's only been what feels like 7 months. It's been 6 weeks, man. It feels like it's been forever that we sat here and waited and waited and waited for this day to finally get here, and it did. We're here. We got our quarterback, man. I waited all day for the press conference. I got out of work early, so I was driving home, had a 2-hour ride, and the conference came on, and while I was sitting there watching Just Jets with Matt O'Leary right before I got in the van, so I was listening to it on the way up, and the presser comes in. They asked Aaron his first question. My wife called. I had to go back and reset the whole thing. But it's all right. Huge shout out to Matt O'Leary. He actually plugged me during his show. You know, stuff like that is awesome. That's what I'm talking about, that army of one, man. We are an army of guys in green and white. I love it. So thank you again, Matt. I appreciate you. Now, my biggest takeaways from this Rodgers press conference is that he is here for 2 years at the minimum, barring injury. He didn't get into specifics, but the way that he worded it, if you read between the lines, he sounds like a guy who's not moving here just for a flash in the pan, not for that 1 year quick run and then leave. I think he's going to be here for that at the bare minimum 2. He is practicing tomorrow. My favorite quote of the whole thing, I think it was Josina Anderson asked him if, or when he was going to start practicing, and he said, does tomorrow count? One of my favorite things he said today. It was great. Also, the biggest thing that hit me was he's here for legacy and to win a Super Bowl. He was very adamant that he thinks that he's going to win one here. And he emphasized multiple. He said that he saw the Lombardi from Super Bowl III and said it looks awfully lonely in there. And he went on to talk about he's here for multiple Super Bowls, which drops us back. He's going to be here for at least 2 years. The fact that he wants to be here is enormous. Connor Hughes has said numerous times that, wait till you see the deal. And I really think he's going to take a pay cut, like a big one. Like I'm talking, he might be playing for 30 a year. I mean, could you imagine? God, the animosity that the Packers and that fan base is going to feel. Woo! It's crazy. What's up, Simba? See, I usually do my shows in the van because I don't really have peace and quiet with 2 kids. And even now I got them down early and I still have a dog and a cat that are just all over the place right now. But it's okay. That'll be fun once I can do live shows, you know. You'll be seeing me interact with the animals. It's something else. These guys are crazy. Yeah, so Rodgers is here. He's here for a few years. I'm hoping more than 2, you know. But basically, if his body holds up, I could see him being here for 3 years. Now, what I think that deal is going to come down to, I think he's going to end up restructuring to a 4-year deal and having a light out after 2. And then you'll see he can have the option to come back for 3, but I think 4 is going to be a void year just to push the cap down the road. But really, really exciting. I got to go back and when I'm done with this, I'm going to go and look at some of his other interviews that he did afterwards because I've seen some bits and pieces of news from them. But I actually started recording a video. I pulled over after the press conference and I had to stop. The quality was too bad on it. That's why I'm getting here so much later tonight. But something that the moves today and Rodgers restructuring that's going to open up is Quinnen, man. He's going to get his contract. We're going to get the Super Squish brothers back together again. I have full confidence that JD gets that deal done with him. I'm looking at 5-year, $125 million contract. Haven't had a contract over $100 million ever. I don't think we've ever signed a contract that large with any player, especially a homegrown one. I think I mentioned it in a previous video. Muhammad Wilkerson is the last guy that we signed that was homegrown. He's the first extension that we did, or the last one that we've done since I don't know, the last 15 years, 12 years. The draft tomorrow, I cannot wait. But pick 15, I expect offensive tackle or defensive tackle. Pick 43, I'm expecting if we don't pick a DT at 15, I'm expecting a D tackle or center. Wide receiver as like a dark horse for that. And then 4th and the 2 5ths, wide receiver, O-line, possibly halfback now that Ty Johnson's not here. Those later round picks, I mean, that's JD's made some steals out there. He's a good. Our whole scouting team is really good with those late round picks, it seems. I don't expect a safety anymore. The more I think about it, the more I think Tony Adams is going to be that guy. I mentioned it yesterday. I really think that he's going to be that guy that is going to be in the mix. I know Salah likes him a lot. Finally, Ben Jones, one of the biggest free agents that I wanted to see us sign. I don't think that McGovern deal is going to close the door on that, due to the fact that he only signed for $1.9 million. I mean, there's a good chance that maybe I was wrong yesterday, and maybe Ben Jones is still an option. Who knows? You know, I'm interested to see which guys that we didn't expect now that Rodgers is here and we're getting all this media love. I'm really interested to see if the guys that you wouldn't necessarily think would come here, or possibly like Hopkins, who said he wouldn't come here. I'm interested to see who we end up going after or who comes to us. So between now, the draft, you know, this whole weekend, between then and the schedule release, which should be around May 11th, I would say that weekend, it's usually 2 weeks after the draft, they drop the schedule. So for the next 2 weeks or so, I think we're going to see a few names that we weren't expecting to see, and I'm 100% certain that Q's deal gets done before then.